Hi everybody, I decided to make this my first YouTube video. I've done YouTube videos in the past, but never about the subject. So my name is Virginia and I am sharing my journey about doing a 7-day fast. I decided to start the fast today and I'm doing the fast because I in 2024, early 2024, I got a breast cancer diagnosis. I completed all of my chemotherapy as well as my surgery. And next is my radiation therapy, which I've decided that I'd like to start at the beginning of December. Right now, we're toward the end, the third week of October, but I'm giving myself a little break in between to take care of my metabolic health before diving into radiation therapy. And so part of that is including this fast that I've placed myself on. I've done extended fasts before. I've done 72-hour fasts several times in the past year. I think I've done it 2 or 3 times. And I've also done 24-hour fasts. But I've never done a 7-day fast, so this is going to be interesting. Today is day one. The last time I ate something was very late night last night. And so I woke up thinking I really want to understand or to experience what my body will go through after not having eaten for 7 days, or along the way, better yet, for 7 days. And so I'm tracking my glucose levels, I'm tracking my ketones. I'm doing this once a day. And I also have, you know, some liquids that are going to support me through this journey. I have here my thermos that has herb tea in it. And then there's this tea that my mother makes for me from soursop leaves that's supposed to be good for inflammation. And so I have that. I have a hydrogen water bottle. So I'll be drinking, or I've already started drinking hydrogen water, which is supposed to be helpful when you're fasting. Oh, and I also have a product that I created called Fast Broth. It's a broth of electrolytes that I created that I will actually be using. I haven't sold it, but I've had it for a while and I decided that I would use it for myself on this fasting journey. I am kind of bundled up. I live in Florida, but already I'm cold. I tend to get cold usually around day 2 into day 3 of a fast, but today's day 1 and I'm already cold. So I'm doing my best to stay as warm as possible throughout this journey. Oh, and I also have my journal. Here's my journal that I'll be keeping up with, taking notes on how I'm doing, as well as the plans that I have to do things over the next week, including the exercise that I'm going to be continuing. I just started back to walking. I've been walking between 35 and 40 minutes a day for the past week, and I'm reconditioning. And so hopefully I'll be able to continue doing that as I continue my fasting journey. What else did I want you to know? Okay, so my reason for doing this fast, it's because I have been following researchers and scientists and doctors that are in the metabolic health space. And I have learned from them that key to decreasing the likelihood of recurrence when you've had a malignancy, and my cancer is a triple negative cancer of the breast, and they tend to be pretty aggressive and they tend to come back. So I want to do everything possible to decrease the likelihood of that happening. And so that's working on my metabolic health moving forward. This is not just for the radiation therapy that I'm going to be getting, but I've also learned that decreasing my inflammation will help decrease some of the side effects that can happen from radiation. And so I want to get into the cycle, or I'm getting into the cycle of fasting on a regular basis. I've done 16-hour fasts off and on for years. And also I've recently been doing 13-hour fasts because I read a study by JAMA, the Journal of American Medical Association, that in 2016, a study was presented where over 2,000 women who had had breast cancer were followed. Oh, that's my hydrogen water bottle beeping. They were followed, and if they fasted for at least 13 hours a day, the likelihood of recurrence of their breast cancer decreased by 64%, which is huge. So that's become kind of routine for me over the past month. But this long fast is definitely my doing what I feel like I need to prepare for the radiation therapy that I'll be getting starting in hopefully in the beginning of December is what I've discussed with my medical team. That's another thing. It's important that in doing this that I let them know what my plan was. I actually had an appointment to do the simulation to begin radiation therapy, but I decided to go ahead and postpone that appointment until December. And hopefully the beginning of December. I wanted this time to improve my metabolic health, to decrease the likelihood of further complications. And I know that anything that I do toward helping my metabolic health will help all of my therapies. I was unable to fast consistently when I was doing chemotherapy. The weakness and just not feeling well, I just couldn't do it. I did some, but not as much as I had hoped to. And so now that my head is clear after having completed chemo and after having, done the surgery, and unfortunately, I did not have a complete pathologic response to chemotherapy. A very small amount of malignancy was found when I had my surgery. The original size of the mass was 2.1 centimeters. And during the debulking, when the doctor, removed the amount of tissue that he would to see if I had clean margins, that, in the very center of that was a 1.5 millimeter. So like the size of a very small freckle. Amount of malignancy, which was a disappointment. It was a huge disappointment for me, and it started me focusing more again on the importance of doing what I believe will help my overall health long term. And that's focusing on my metabolic journey. I've carried extra weight for way too long. I've been obese for years. Started out as a kid that was skinny, and for different reasons, I've had this weight on for too long, and I want my cells to rely on ketones more than on glucose. And so that is, what I've been focusing on, because cancer cells do not like ketones. They thrive in the presence of higher glucose levels. All right, I think I've talked enough for now. It was supposed to be just an introductory video, and I've gone on longer than I thought. So I'm going to just, sign off, and thank you for watching if you're still watching, and, subscribe and comment. I'd like to know if you've had any kinds of health challenges that working on your metabolic health has changed. All right, take care. Bye.